Out. Okay, well, good evening, everyone. Gregory Mascari up here in Bozeman, Montana, or for you Canadians down here in Bozeman, Montana. And very excited about tonight's call for November 29th. We've got a very special guests, 4 very special guests for you. And we're going to be talking about business building strategies for the holidays, caring and sharing in the holidays. And, you know, some people have a phobia. They think when it comes to be the Christmas time, everything slows down. But you know what? You can sow some of the best seeds and some have the best results. And this is a time when we're all being social. We're going out and meeting and greeting and seeing people. So we've got 4 top leaders. We've got Janet Kiefer from Texas. Janet, you want to say hello? You're still muted, Janet.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. And, you know, and the rest of our team of Harris Williams from Florida. And there's Robin Hoffman from Canada. All right. And I think we've got Connie Lucas from Arizona. So what a team we've got, you know. Connie, if you want to turn your camera on so we can see you, that would be awesome. And there she is. Okay. Well, these 4 folks have many years, many decades of experience building, you know, their businesses around the year, around the clock. And I think they all would agree with me that some of the best contacts and you can sow some of the best seeds during the holiday season because everybody's going out and meeting and greeting and hanging out together anyway. So I'm going to give each of our guests, well, many people are. Robin's correcting me. I have the fact checker in the background. But many of us are going to be out and about. Maybe you're just online. Maybe it's the phone calls. You know, you're just calling and wishing people a happy holidays, whatever the season might be for them. So each of our guests is going to spend a few minutes just sharing some tips from the heart on what they do and what they might recommend that you do during the holiday season. Because, you know, how you end this year is how you start next year. And 2022 is just around the corner. And I think we all agree it's going to be our best year yet. And let's get ready for it. So Janet, since you were the first one on, I'm going to turn it over to you to just share a few tips if you'd like.
Could you share your screen and then I could show one slide?
You should be able to share your screen as a co-host.
Great.
So if you hit share down at the bottom.
Okay, well, I don't want to take too much time with this, but I find it really helpful. I'm just going to put this slide up.
Okay.
That we all are busy. We're all trying to stay in touch. As Robin and you always say, we're in a relationship business and we're trying all these channels, and holiday cards, of course, are something we'll do until we get behind, and then they're too much trouble, and then we didn't do them for 3 years. So something I try to work with myself and my team is we have to send emails, but it's best case 18% open rate. If it's the day after, it goes to 1. Facebook post, 1% engagement. Instagram, I'm not going to talk about it, drives me crazy. YouTube, very good engagement. TikTok is good, but it's got a lot of young people on it, which is great if that's your market. LinkedIn Live is definitely something to do. But going back to the mail, and we think of holiday cards, something that I want to show the power of it, just to remind us that a personalized greeting card is opened 11 times more than any other type of mail. And unlike email, we can't delete it. And a personal greeting is often kept and it's shared and it's displayed. And when we're able to personalize it, it's 100% open rate. And when they found that when it's personalized, we get about 130% engagement with people. And a card typically stays on someone's desk or counter 17 days. So I just disciplined myself this year to really go back and use a wonderful automated system. And so besides holidays, of course, that's typically when we send cards, but a member joins my team, they get a personal card with a personal greeting and their website and their ID number and all this stuff. They make their first sale, they get a personal card. Hey, great job, you made your first sale. They reach manager, they get a personalized gift, not just a gift. and a card. And because everybody wants to be recognized, they want to be touched, not just at the holidays. So I really encourage everybody. There's some great new companies out there to help us to automate this so that all year round, we're touching their hearts. And that's really what this business is about. So I would remind everyone.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Janet. 11 times more engagement. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Well, if you want to stop your screen share, I'm going to invite the next beautiful lady that's right there in plain sight. Connie, if you want to jump in and share some holiday business building tips, caring and sharing in the holidays, we'd love to hear from you. And it will hear you better if you unmute, just like me.
Perfect. Okay. Definitely something that I look at when I'm at parties. I was just at invited over to a party on Friday night and seeing some people I don't see very often. And actually, I've seen a couple people who are distributors of mine that are friends. And I don't use that time to prospect. I use that time to listen. To catch up, to hear what's going on with them, all of these different things. And then I remember them. I, jot them down, and I go back later. And really something I learned from Terry Warner was, you can go back later to them and say, you were talking about such and such. If I had something that could change that for you, what's your willingness to connect? Or what's your willingness to watch a video? Or what's your willingness to learn more? Whatever you want, but you're not doing it in the moment. You're using relationship, you're gathering the information, and then you're going back later with, hey, if I had something that could change that for you, would that be important to you? So that's one piece of the events. But the other piece from a business standpoint is calendaring. And you're going to put extra fun into your time and extra family time and friend time and events you want to go to, but make sure that the other time you are still running your business and you're putting the income producing activities on your calendar. You may have to take away some other things that you normally do, like training and watching videos and stuff, and go back to just solid income producing activities of connecting, sharing videos, following up, and enrolling, just keeping it simple and to the point so that you can keep your business moving forward. I had several distributors join my business last Christmas because when I reached out, then they said, oh yeah, it's Christmas time. I think I'll buy myself a Christmas gift. Sure, sign me up. Let's get started. So you never know.
That's great. Thanks, Connie. And I forgot to mention, I hope everyone's got their notepad out because you're going to get some gems here for sure. And also, if you think of a question you'd like to ask after we've gone through our 4 panelists, we're going to open it up for some Q&A. So you can type any questions you have into the chat. And Robin is going to be our question moderator, and she'll be jumping in towards the end of the call. So thank you very much, Connie. And who's next? Who would like to jump in? Robin or Hoffman or Harris Williams? Who'd like to jump on next? There you are. Hi, Robin. And beautiful. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, I will jump in. So great to be here this evening. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with everybody. I'm going to talk a little bit about mindset. So some people have the mindset that, oh, it's the Christmas holidays. I'm just going to relax and chill, take the holidays off. And, if you have a relationship marketing business or a direct selling business, as we do have, if you look at yourself as a store, if you think of what stores do during the holidays, a store or a business remains open every day of the week through Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, and they take off maybe one holiday only. This is because this is the biggest time of the year for stores. So I look at this as a business. I don't look at it as a hobby. And so, stores don't relax. They don't wait for the next year to come. They're actually at their busiest. So they're extending their hours. They're working more. They're hiring more people. They're promoting more. They're selling more. It actually is the biggest time of the year for them to grow. And so I look at it as I'm like a store. I look at it as I work through the holidays. I take off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day to be with my family, and New Year's. New Year's is a great day to do some reflection and planning. But of course, I'd also take off any other special family gatherings. But if you look at if you look at your business as a 100-yard dash, let's say a 100-yard dash or a 100-meter dash, depending on where you live, these next 4 weeks are kind of like the last 10 yards. So what do you do in those last 10 yards? Do you slow down or do you go as fast as you can? So you go as fast as you can, right? All the way down to the finish line, which happens to be New Year's Eve. So I work all the way through New Year's Eve. And so for business-minded people, there are also, many people will be making money during these holiday seasons. So I actually ask people that, I'll mention that, some people are going to be making money during this holiday season. Would you be open to me showing you how to make some extra money over these holidays, plus lower your taxes for 2021? So, and I'll just mention this too. I forgot a little bit of time here. I also think this is a great time to upgrade people from a customer to a distributor. And the reason is because I've lived that. You can approach a preferred customer and you can say, you've had a great experience. You know how great these products are. Would you be open to considering being my business partner and helping getting the word out about this and building your own home-based business? You would? Great. Okay. We have various kits to get started that are tax deductible and can lower your taxes for this year. This is actually what I did when I first got started in network marketing. First, I was a product user, but because I needed extra income and I had a great product experience, I was approached by my upline during the holidays who showed me the business opportunity before the end of the year. So I bought the biggest kit at 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve. And that's amazing. So I used my investment to lower my taxes for the previous year at the very last moment, but it's never too late to join, even before the end of the year. So then I used my investment, my kit, to start my business at the beginning of the new year. And I went on to earn a six-figure income in a little over a year. So I know how great this time is to actually upgrade people by showing them the opportunity to get their taxes, take a break on their taxes, but also to start a launch in their new business for the new year. So.
Beautiful, Robin. Such gems. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that reminds me of something I'm just going to inject briefly. And Robin may shed a little bit more light on it, but I remember a number of years ago, I don't remember how many years, it was probably 15 years ago, in that week between Christmas and New Year's, she made a run for Diamond, and that company, that was like senior presidential. Okay. And she didn't stop. She was watching the numbers, and we didn't have the sophisticated back office and such like we have here. So it was, and she did it. I think on New Year's Eve, she crossed the threshold and the finish line. So, it is a great time of year. And I love your analogy. We're at the 10-yard line or 10-meter line in the 100-yard dash, and it's time to pour it on. And so what a great time, what a great way for Harris to jump in, because, the athlete among us, Harris, I'm sure you got some good analogies, but some very wise and experienced tips you want to share with people.
Yeah, I figured I better jump in before everybody covers everything I was going to say. So, which of course can't happen because I can be a little long-winded. But anyway, good evening, and for those of you who are celebrating, Thanksgiving, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. When I think regularly mindset, I've heard mindset a lot. I love what Janet talked about with the sending out holiday cards. I really do believe that. It is a mindset. I remember when Angela and Jeff Steemack back, and they'd never really made any money in direct sales 20 years ago. We're very close to Diamond. We're actually about 50,000 points from Diamond, which is a long ways. And it was in late November, and they decided to plant their flag. And one thing that they did, and I'll just piggyback a little bit on what Robin said, is that they went to all of their organization, all of their down team, and let them know they were going to make the run to Diamond, and they were encouraging them to help them. And that they would do the same for each and every one of them that helped them. And guess what? Over the next 30 days, I think they made over 70,000 points in volume in December, and they went Diamond. that year with that company. So, everything is about pulling together. It's a team event. It is a mindset. I think about it. There's over 300 million people in the United States alone that are getting ready to make New Year's resolutions, in another 30 plus days around health, wealth, purpose, freedom, and, and probably billions worldwide, and with LifeWave certainly being worldwide, I'd say you have a big audience. And I do find it's interesting how people in our profession tend to go, well, it's the holidays. I don't want to try to sell people, and I don't want to do this and do that. I don't think it's a good idea to throw up on people, but you're right. You need to pique their interest. Sharing and caring is critical. But I do remember that what's always worked for me is to piggyback on Janet. When I send out that greeting card, sending out just a quick one page on how my life's going to my friends and bringing them up to speed on anything new that's going on and letting them know that I'm very excited about 2022. And I started a new business, and, it's in the area of healthy aging. And I'd love to have them take a look at it. I don't know why we're embarrassed. What most other cultures are not. For some reason, we're kind of embarrassed to let people know what we're excited about. We're so sensitive. And yet I find that people call me all the time. I don't even know. And they'll tell me they're very excited about something. And will I talk to them? And I always do, because it's so, for me, rare for someone to connect with me and go, I've got something I'm so excited, I want to share it with you. I'd love to get your opinion. Would you do me a favor? And I always go, of course I will. Your attitude's worth catching. So I would share with everyone that's on this Zoom this evening is, it is important to check in with yourself. Robin's got an amazing doc I'm sure she'll send out on how to really bring healthy closure to 2021, how to create a better 2022. Highly encourage everyone to do that, because it does start with you. I think we all realize that we need to be the change. When you start to look better, feel better, act better, be better with people, and and you're helping people get what they want, people pick up on it. They want to know what you're on. And so I would encourage all of you to really work over the next 30 days on getting clear on your why again. Get clear on your reasons, get clear on why you're doing LifeWave. What are you willing to do to create freedom? Right now you got 1 million people a month in the United States alone resigning from their jobs. Do you think they're kind of interested in an opportunity that's around freedom, that's around health, wealth, and purpose? Of course they are. But sometimes we have to be a little bolder. That doesn't mean you have to be rude. It doesn't mean you have to try to sell them. It just remember that they're out there. And if you'll connect, and as Connie mentioned, listen for the opening and ask people, hey, what are your New Year's resolutions for 2022 around health or wealth or purpose or freedom? And listen. I've actually post that every year. I ask questions throughout December. You'd be surprised on Facebook how many people will actually answer your question. And if they do, that's somebody that's leaning forward, somebody you should certainly message back to and find out more about, what it is specifically they want from better health or wealth or freedom. So I do find that, this is the time to really connect. This is the time to definitely get the greeting cards out as soon as part. I would add just a quick, could be a half-page letter or less, connecting with them, just so that they feel like, wow, that was nice of them to send me a letter, and let them know how you're doing, and let them know you'd love to connect in person. Hey, here's a new one. Pick up the phone. Wow, pick up the phone and call people up that you love, know, and care about, that you haven't done that with for ages, because we don't really use the phone for calling people anymore. But I would highly encourage you to leave a nice message on voicemail if they don't pick up. But, connect with them, ask them some questions, let them know how you're doing. But this is the time of the year where change is getting ready to happen, and you can be either part of it or you can watch it. And so I would highly encourage everyone that's, on this Zoom to, go out there, be the change, be that walking billboard of health and vibrancy and living younger and really connecting with people, Gregory, because, right now, there's never been a time where there's so much going on with people. Between the pandemic, people's health concerns, their money concerns, freedom is a big word right now. People are looking for freedom. And we've got the perfect lifestyle business that really can help them get that. But you do need to be bold enough to at least, move forward and do things that you've heard from all these powerful ladies on this Zoom tonight. So with that, hey, listen, let's get after it in December and really get ready for 2022. It's going to be a very exciting time. And I really think we can really make a big difference on this planet.
No doubt about it. And Harris, what comes to mind is the old saying, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. So you let them, care first, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a card. And I love the idea. I mean, I'm sure all of us get a card from somebody every now and then that has a letter in it explaining how they or the family has been for the last year. Once you get it written, you can duplicate it for 3 cents a piece.
That's right. That's
and
right.
you can put it in every card, so it's really easy. Yeah. So Robin Mascari is right here. And so I think she might have a couple of things she wanted to share.
Well, first, thank you, everybody. And I do want to make a few comments because Janet mentioned that when a person's name is on the card, if they're put photos on the card, the engagement increases 130% on average. And, people want the deepest need of the human soul is to be appreciated, acknowledged, affirmed, and understood. Those of you that have been with me for a while know that I quote Covey all the time.
And that's one of the favorite quotes.
That is definitely one of the favorite quotes. And so, this time of year, and I want to kind of touch on what several of you have said, because people do have a mindset about this time of year, and it's not about business, and they don't think they can do business at this time of year. And I'd say, what's Zig Ziglar, do a checkup from the neck up. And, really, we're in the relationship business, and this is a time where you can connect with more people than ever. I used to be in the field of career transition, and, it's the same kind of thing during the holidays because most jobs are found through other people. So you have an opportunity to connect, and I just invite you to go through your contact list and when you go through those names, which names have light around them, which are those people that you want closer in your life that fit the qualities and characteristics that you want, and reach out and connect. And it's a little tricky, I'd say, sometimes about bringing business up, but asking questions like Harris mentioned, is one of the most powerful things we can do is to connect with them and what's important for them. And I love Robin, we're at the end of the year here, and so go as fast as you can and touch as many lives as you can, and really see who fits that you want on your team. Because sometimes I forget about people, and I just got a call recently from a friend who I hadn't been in touch with in 3 years. And she said, I saw you on a YouTube, I want to know about this. So I sent a few In Touch app videos. I send the 2 that I always send, and she texted back and said, sign me up. That's how easy this can be when it's the right person at the right time. And so really, really connect. And, back to Janet and sending cards.
We're asking, someone's asked for clarification on the Covey quote real quick.
Oh, to be appreciated, acknowledged, affirmed, and understood. You just missed the affirmed, Jane. That's, and well, another favorite quote is from Maya Angelou, which a lot of you know. So, people don't remember what you said, they don't remember what you did, but they remember how you made them feel. So by making people feel special, and it could be, and Harris, you brought up my year-end questions. For those of you that are new in my life, you will be getting them very soon. I've been doing this for 30
plus years,
5 years or so. And they're questions to complete the current year and questions to create the new year. So we'll be getting that out to everybody very soon. And I send literally hundreds and thousands out, and I get feedback every year. And it's funny, I haven't heard from anyone yet saying, where's my questions? So you'll be getting those soon. And a lot of times I just print it out, roll it up, put a ribbon on it. And if I'm going somewhere, I bring it as a gift. It's a nice little gift that is a piece of paper. that can change someone's life, or you can get connected. So sitting down with your family or your loved ones and Max wants to join, he wants to be part of the party. And to, just a little gesture means so much. And, there's so many little things that, I think a lot of us have a lot of stuff. So, letting go of things and finding that perfect gift for someone else that was in your closet or on your shelf or in your drawer that was collecting dust, just kind of circulating things around, but really use this time as a time to connect and find out what's important to people.
And
What do you want to say?
I want to say this is a really good time to make a list and check it twice. And you got to find out who's on Facebook or Messenger. Okay. Not naughty and nice. This is a really important time. It's just a wonderful time to just reach out and touch the people you love. And like was said, you don't necessarily have to address the business or the products. You're making that connection, and you could follow then back up, with a phone call or with a text or with a gift. One of the things I'd like to suggest, it comes to mind, that, when you're going to holiday festivities, be sure to keep some Ice Wave and Eon with you, because, how many times does somebody say, oh, my arm, my this, my that? There's an opportunity to patch somebody. And we do know that when people might get a little indigestion during the holidays, and, an Eon on the belly has worked wonders for many, many people. So, you could have a great demonstration in front of a group of friends and family. So I'm looking at the time. We try and keep these calls down to about 30 minutes. And there weren't a lot of questions. And Robin's going to sift through and see if there's any questions.
I've been taking care of them.
She's been taking care of them. I'm going to go back and share my screen real quick so we can just blast through a couple other important things on the newsletter. And number one is Black Friday is extended through Tuesday. If you, like us, and I shouldn't say us, like Robin, there was a few people that were maybe got a little frustrated trying to place orders over the weekend because they had to detect some technical challenges. The gremlins were alive and well in the LifeWave technology platform. And as a result, we got 2 more days. We got today and tomorrow for the Black Friday special. So I got to tell you, we had the best Monday in our history today, because, I guess there's a lot of pent up demand from over the weekend from some of the challenges, but it can continue on. And we also placed a pretty hefty order ourselves. And I just want to point something out. As it says, you can buy 5 of these specials. You can buy 5 each. You can buy 5 of the Alavita. You can buy 5 of the Y-Age, and you can buy 5 of the Ice Wave. It's up to you. You can buy up to 5 each. I know there was some confusion. Some people thought you could only buy 5, one of these, and 3 of those, but no, it's 5 each. And I think we might have maxed it out. But okay, and I just want to talk about the new X49 bundle, available in the US and Europe. And X39 is only going to be available in the bundle until it is officially released. We're in the pre-launch phase. And so when it comes to the upcoming virtual conference that we're going to be having in January, Nova, that's when it'll be officially released. There'll be marketing materials released and made available for us, and you'll be able to buy it individually, X49 individually. I suspect that the bundle will continue being available. I wanted to call it the X88 bundle, and they didn't agree with me. But
January 28th.
Till January 28th, because 39 plus 49 is 88, right? But this is the X49 bundle. So it's available during pre-launch in the US and Europe only, and then individually thereafter. So this week, this Tuesday evening, we have
Dr. Jeff.
Dr. Jeff is going to be our guest on our Tuesday evening doctor's call. And this is really a call for guests as well as distributors. We all learn something on every call, but it's really designed and tailored for you to bring your guests. So let's load it up with guests. So, we can really carry the good news forward. Thursday morning, we have special guest trainers, topic oriented. We're going to be talking about different ways to grow your business. We'll probably continue growing your business, and, in the last 10 yards, we're at the 10-yard line here, and let's see what we can do as we approach the home stretch. So that's Robin, did you have something you wanted to say?
2 things. We have a good to know.
A good to know. Okay, good to know. Great training, acknowledgement, updates, and communications is available on the LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group. That's the corporate LifeWave site. There's a lot of great information there. You should all join and invite your teammates to be there, just as you should join and invite them to be, on our Live Younger Facebook group, and invite and join them to join the newsletter.
And Lois and Marianne both have your hand up. Could you write your questions? Because on this format, it's easier for us unless we have to make.
Yeah, if you've got a couple of quick questions, you want to post them in the chat before we bring this in for a wrap. And I do want to mention, the 1-hour reminders. Encourage your team to enroll in our text messaging system for the US and Canada. And we send out a 1-hour reminder before each of our calls. And we don't expect everybody to be on all the calls, but it's important for people to know when the calls are happening so they can pick and choose. And we all need reminders because we lead such busy lives. So that's pretty much it, that what we wanted to cover. And the best way to get your new teammates onto our newsletter mailing list is just forward them a copy of your newsletter. I do recommend down at the bottom, you highlight and delete that, okay? Because you don't want them to inadvertently unsubscribe you from the newsletter, but you can just forward your newsletter and say, click the blue button at the bottom, and you'll be sure to stay in the loop with our weekly communications. So that was a lot. We've gone a little bit over our time, but it was a juicy call. I want to thank you, Janet. I want to thank you, Connie and Robin and Harris. It was really good stuff, and we're going to have to continue this moving forward as the year end comes to a close. And I suspect we might get a number of new ranks pushing through this month of end of the month. Okay, Robin's got something
I
here.
want to end with Dr. Valvete. He said, he tells folks this: I want to be upfront. I have a hidden agenda. I want you to live a longer, more vibrant life. And they love it. Thank you, Doc.
What a great thing to live, to offer people, especially during the holiday season and the new year. So God bless you all. We love you all. Thanks for being on the call. And we'll see some of you tomorrow night on the Tuesday night call. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.